Raducanu Renaissance continues, Second Serve. In the latest edition of Second Serve, our weekly snapshot of the tours, BBC Tennis reporter Jonathan Jurejko analyses Emma Raducanu's return to British number one. The battle to be the British women's number one is an intriguing subplot which will continue over the grass court season. Emma Raducanu replaced Katie Boulter as the nation's leading player following her run to the Queen's quarterfinals. Raducanu has climbed one place to 36th in the world, with Boulter dropping 5 places to 39th after losing in the second round. And it's not only Raducanu and Boulter in the mix. British number 3 Sony Cardle is ranked just below them at 50th. It's nice being British number one, but I wouldn't say it's the most important thing for me, said Raducanu, whose first spell came after she won the 2021 US Open. It was nice for me to have something to chase, and I'm sure Katie's going to enjoy that with me. The grass season is still young, and so is the rest of the season. We have a healthy competition. Boulter, 28, had a 2-year grip on the position but was leapfrogged by 22-year-old Raducanu when the rankings were released on Monday. While both players insist it is not a huge deal, their focus remains on the bigger picture of climbing the world rankings. It is a storyline which will rumble into Wimbledon at the end of the month. For Raducanu, though, it does represent a notable landmark as she continues to steadily rebuild her career. She dropped outside of the world's top 300 after wrist and ankle injuries meant she missed most of the 2023 season, and she was ranked as low as 165th this time last year. Pulling out of this week's WTA tournament in Berlin with an ongoing back issue means she has missed the opportunity to force her way into the Wimbledon seedings. But with an improved serve and the ability to get low on the grass, Raducanu will still fancy her chances of replicating her run to the Wimbledon 4th round last year. I think maybe my goals have slightly shifted from being seeded to actually improving my game, said Raducanu, whose recent one-sided defeats by Grand Slam champions Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff were reminders of how she remains behind the very best. I'd rather have a more competitive match, even if that means losing first round or second round. American Taylor Fritz has made the biggest move in the ADP rankings over the past week, climbing to 4th in the world after winning the Stuttgart title vacated by Jack Draper. Fritz has jumped back above Draper and Novak Djokovic, putting himself in pole position to be seeded 4th for Wimbledon. That is important because it means avoiding a potential match against any of the top 3 seeds, Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz and Alexander Zverev, until the semi-finals. Canada's Gabriel Diallo has moved to a career-high 44th after winning Hertogenbosch, with beaten finalist Zizerbergs of Belgium and semi-finalist Riley Opelka also notable climbers in the top 100. Maria's stunning success means she is, unsurprisingly, the biggest climber in the WTA Tour this week. The 37-year-old, who became the oldest WTA champion since Serena Williams in 2020, moved up 43 places to 43rd in the world. Runner-up Amanda Anisimova and semi-finalist Jing Qinwen have both achieved new career-high rankings, 13th and 4th respectively, but former number 1 Iga Swiatek has dropped further to 8th after not playing this week. Meanwhile, 17-year-old American Iva Jovic cracked the top 100 for the first time after winning the WTA 125 title in Oakley. The British grass court season continues at Queen's, with the men taking over the iconic West London venue for the ADP 500 event. Alcaraz and Draper headline the tournament, while Sinner, Zverev and former world number 1 Daniil Medvedev lead a quality field in Halle. On the WTA Tour, 9 of the world's top 10 are among a stacked entry list in Berlin, with only Swiatek missing. While the next generation take up most of the headlines these days, 2 British stalwarts have reminded everyone they are still able to compete at the top level. Former British number 1 Heather Watson, 33, has moved back into the world's top 150 after reaching the Queen's second round as a qualifier. And Dan Evans, 35, is back inside the top 200 after doing the same in Hertogenbosch last week. Evans believes he can become a top 100 player again and justified that with a stunning win over world number 13 Francis Tiafoe at Queen's on Monday. In the men's doubles, British pair Julian Cash and Lloyd Glasspool continued their impressive progress by reaching a 5th ADP final of the season.